Speaking of TCs, BC with the casual 4 TCs in the corner play at 15 minutes into the game. No, this train just keeps going until it crashes. I hope my game doesn't crash because this one is going to be long. We have returned for the Megarandom Nomad free-for-alls, and we have got a new entrant into the arena. Leenock has joined the fray with a bunch of familiar faces. Look at this beauty right here. You seeing these names, folks? Look at that. Core, Salami, Snooper, Leenock, and Beastie Cutie. And of course, round it out, we've got Veluco, Holy, and Raw Pleco. Someone said Holy might be Adney. I don't know if that's true or not. But either way, you know, this is a very stacked game. Like, we have 5 pros, and 3 of them are in the top 30. 2 of them are in the top... well, I don't know if Leenock... I think Leenock's sunk a little bit in the rankings, but I'd say he's in the top 10. So, yeah, BC, Leenock, of course, like, these are 2 names that need no introduction. In fact, the cool thing about this right now, like, we have 2 of the qualified players for for the Rebel Warlord Legacy, which is pretty hype. I'm curious to see what Leenock's going to do, because this... I think this is Leenock's first time playing Megarandom free-for-all. And it can be quite the differing experience to regular Age of Empires 4, as we've seen. Some crazy stuff can happen. And Leenock, he'll be playing as a Civ that I think he got pretty familiar with in these larger maps. I remember Leenock in the 3v3 tournament. He was regularly the Abbasid player. He liked that role, and he seemed to thrive in that role in these fatter maps. And you know what? He's got a fat corner all to himself. Look at this. Look at all this. He's even got good resource reserves in the back, so not a bad starting spot for him at all. Unlikely he's going to be contested. We do have to check out the other people. Wait, what? Hold on a sec. Wait, what? Salami, what are you doing? He just no, so come on, no, oh my God, Salami, please. Sometimes you're a genius, and sometimes it's more like I'm playing. Like. Why would you even think for a second that that was going to work? All right, he's going to make way out. But the bigger conundrum here is I just want you to check someone, guys. How's that? Center map. Blue. Core? Hold on a sec. I know you can spell corner with core, but you can't spell center with core. Guys, this is clearly a Smurf pretending to be core. There's no way I would ever catch core dead in the center of a map. Okay, this guy loves his corners too much. Meanwhile, Southside Salami, with his weird shenanigans, has already set up his TC, and Snooper down here. What? Oh my God, this corner's a bloodbath. Look at this. You've got Salami, Snooper, and Beastie Cutie all in the same corner. Oh, man. And Salami's the one playing as the Chinese. Okay. Uh-oh. I feel like BC locked out a little bit, getting the Abbasid. Like this is a power ranking from left to right. Best to worst in this situation. Oh, boy, oh, boy. The only upside for Beastie is he's not the player in the middle. He's not the meat in the sandwich. Meanwhile, over the north, you've got Pleco, who I'm sure will look to cause some cheeky shenanigans. He's playing as a Deli. Doesn't necessarily have to play as fast. We're probably looking towards elephants. But when he does get towards elephants, my own mind is you have a lot of targets very nearby. And of course, Holly over here in the corner shared with Veluco behind them. And let's check in on Holy and Veluco in terms of their rankings, because I haven't seen these guys before. Holy, 1695th in the world at 1049 elo. And then Veluco is currently 6,000th at 928 elo. So these guys... they're your outside runners. They're your weird kind of oddballs. You're not really sure what to expect out of them. Maybe they're secretly gods and they just hide it incredibly well. Or maybe it's just going to be a little bit of a flop performance and dying fast at the pros. But you essentially just have this divide down the center of where all the pros are located. Looking forward to seeing how it's going to play out. One thing that's a bit surprising to me is some players did start over here, right? Like Veluco started over in this corner. And he chose to go he literally... great migrated across the map. He ran the distance of the map instead of choosing the corner he was already at. Admittedly, he had 2 villages over here already, but it's unfortunate for him considering that nobody's in this area, and look how many resources are located close to here. In fact, that's what makes this spawn remarkable for core is I don't feel like the outside generations were as outrageous as they sometimes are, right? I'm not seeing these ludicrous quantities of resources for X player or Y. I feel like everyone got a reasonable share of the pie until we look at core, where we see morbid obesity setting in as this boy is fat and greedy. The amount of resources near him is just absurd. You know, I just realized actually we have, wow. I just realized we actually have 5 berry enthusiasts in this game. I don't remember the last time I saw 3 Abbasids and 2 Delis in a MegaRandom free-for-all. Kind of intrigued to see what kind of playstyle comes out as a result of that. The cool thing to think about here is there's not really anyone that's necessarily going to push hard into cavalry. Like, this would be very detrimental to a French player's existence, right? Because the Camelauras. But, like, there isn't a single French player in this game. There is one Roos, but Roos tend to go towards Streltsy in the late game anyway, especially with this type of positioning that Snooper has. So, kind of curious to see if these Abbasid picks even get their value on the Camel side, because I just don't really think anyone's going to be pushing cavalry in mass. Actually, I'm lying. There's Delhi, right? So Delhi's with the elephants. Remember, they are categorized as cavalry, so they will get the reduced damage from the Camelaura. You know what? I've been experimenting with this recently. I'm going to do it a little bit here, because right at the start of the game, there's not really much going on. We are going to speed this a little until aggression starts to occur, or some interesting developments on the landmark side. So we have to remember, like, with this size of map, also, I think there was a recent patch, if I recall correctly, that revealed the whole map at the start of the game, but that's not in yet. This was before that. Or maybe I'm imagining that. In the meantime, feudal techs are coming out. Dome of Faith. I'm expecting Dome of Faith on literally every single Delhi player. It's too big of an advantage to give up. It saves you a lot of gold early on. Like, you could maybe argue Tower of Victory. I just don't see the value. Like, I don't think it's worth doing. And look what BC done. Oh my, hello. Mr. Rat Town over here. He literally ran the entirety of the map to get a House of Wisdom in the opposite corner. Oh, on the opposite side. He's like, I will not be eliminated quickly. I think we saw someone else do these sneaks as well. Yeah, you can see it over here, actually. Salami, he sets up the Barbican towards the center and then gets an extension TC. So spreading out. I expected this out of Salami. He is the cockroach of MegaRandom free-for-alls. Always finds a way to survive somehow. And this is fitting to the picture. Meanwhile, over here, what? Pleco, just making sure everyone's aware this is his hill. Dude, I love how jolly the jog looks when you play this on 2 times, actually, with the Spearman. I also love this little adorable lad on the high ground. Core just getting some wood. We'll eventually get some wood in the form of arrows to the face. But something we have to keep in mind is that players, I think they've started to identify the threat of China, and they've started to actually target out people to get the Chinese Civ rolled. So Salami has to be very careful in this area. He could find himself in a situation where he gets teamed by at least 2 players, because you have got 2 pros to your east, right? And they're going to be fully aware of how powerful their Civ is if they're allowed to boom. And that's why I love this switch out, right? He moves away from the aggression. He ensures that if there is early pressure upon him, it doesn't just end his game straight away. Also love this move out of Snooper. I already highlighted the central resources is where you want to be, right? So he runs out, gets the extension TC, and this will allow him to boom up pretty fast. I wouldn't be surprised if he sets up one of his landmarks here, maybe even thinks about going for 2 TCs in this area. Because there is a lot of gold and a lot of food in this area. Speaking of TCs, BC with the casual 4 TCs in the corner play at 15 minutes into the game. Make it 5. Make it 5. Make it 5, you coward. Don't you dare stop. I want to see more. Well, now he doesn't care if this TC dies, that's for sure. So that might be the most TCs I've seen this early on the game. 5 TCs on the Abbasids already. And remember, the fresh foodstuffs makes this very valuable. It's only costing the price of like 2.5 TCs, right? Because it's 25 food instead of 50 per town center. Meanwhile, in the opposite corner, only 3 TCs. I'm disappointed, Veluco. Come on, do more. Do faster. I can see he's maybe feeling a bit threatened, right? Because Holy, like, this is the aggressive player, potentially, like the English sitting right here. will cause you some trouble. He's already boxing you in. I like that he's actually played the south side to set up the stables to try and guard with the horsemen. Just in case there's any sort of raiding, he can basically just backstab that attempt and punish Holy and then flood through into the farmlands. That's cool doing in the center. Well, he has teched up. And interesting, he's going for the village fortresses, as I would expect in this situation. And it looks like he... Wait, where is his other landmark? Am I blind? I feel blind right now. Am I missing something? How did he sneak that? How the hell did he sneak that without being seen? Oh my good God, Core. This man's a magician. This man is a magician. Does Leenock even know? It might not even get noticed. I mean, if you think about vision logic here, right? Like, he's got the stealth forest here. He's got a wooden line here. Like, it's a small wood line, so it's unlikely Leenock's going to rush to blitz through it. I don't know if this is going to get spotted until, like, 50 minutes into the game. So landmark sniping him is going to be very difficult. And also, because Core's starting to extend out, getting to the village fortresses, you know what's going to come next. He's just going to branch out left, right, and center. In the meantime, Leenock does start scouting out with the Lancers. We'll find Beastie in his back corner here. And it looks like the wall's already gone up, so... Salami, you greedy son of a... Alright, yeah, he's definitely not... Like, he's not one of those little thin wieners. He's definitely a big boy Salami. Like, look at the amount of map he's claimed, actually. This is ridiculous. This is definitely what I want to see. Give yourself a lot of runway. Boom up. Maybe even think about a wonder victory with multiple layers of walls here. And I wonder, does he actually know about Beastie? Yeah. Yeah, he sees him building the walls right here. Remember, the Imperial Palace gives phenomenal vision as well, so we'll see everything behind those walls. Meanwhile, Clash on the other side. Looks like Raw Pleco is under fire from Snooper. Doesn't want to have to deal with Deli shenanigans here as he tries to breach. He can't get the keep up, though. Greedy play gets punished from Snooper. However, he's definitely got plenty to fall back upon because keep in mind that Snooper's kind of been just left to his own devices here. Nobody's trying to harass him. Nobody's trying to aggress him. Beastie is just exploiting the resources here. He has no intent to build a base in this area. So keep will go up in the end as more villagers get pulled to the front line. And Pleco, oh buddy. Oh buddy, no. This is the beginning of dark times for him. Because he might get pinched on two sides. You can see actually right now, Veluco scouting into this area. Looks like he actually wanted to extend his influence past the English. Looks like he's going to have to fight now. The question mark is whether he'll choose to fight the English or fight a fellow berry enthusiast over here. Maybe cause a little bit of Deli on Abbasid rather bloodshed. I'm trying to think actually if Leenock is gonna come under fire from anyone. I feel like he's got a very free game. Like for the guy's first mega random free for all, this is pretty chill vibing, right? Like he's got a really solid start. It's unlikely that he's gonna clash with anyone anytime soon. Core can't even try to address him because Core is in the middle of the crossroads, right? So he might be under fire from several different directions. For him right now, it's just about extending out from there and surviving while he takes the central resources. Looks like we might find our first Tekker and Leenock as well. Just showing you how comfortable he feels. I say that actually Salami beats him to the punchline. Imperial Age already achieved the Chinese, and this is where they tend to get quite scary. Because if they go for the double imp, it is going to be Grenadiers for days. At that stage, you look like deers in headlights. Like, it's not fun to play against, especially if they have wall formatting, right? So stand on the walls, hold defensively, frag out on everyone 24/7. Poor little Veluco here still hasn't found his way up into Castle Age, and I don't think I even want to look at the resources. That looks bad. That looks rough. Hasn't really got the resources or the space to get those resources right. Like, extending himself is pretty difficult in this situation. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, where is his gold? Is that the only gold he has? Oh, no. So taking up isn't even realistically possible for Luca. This is the thing you have to be careful of, folks. Like, when you're scouting out for a starting location, you don't want to spend too long looking. You want to get online. But you want to make sure you've got gold and wood to start you off. If you've at least got those, you can sort the food right via farms. It'll be slow, but you'll at least be able to stabilize. If you're missing gold, GG. You can see how desperate he is for the goal. Now venturing out into core territory and core. Starting to feel the pressure. Look at this wraparound from Leenock. He's actually just enveloping him with outposts right now. The Camel Arch is also a frustration. And remember, Leenock, like, he's making his way up. Imperial's almost complete. At which stage, everyone's about to get pepper pigged by these camels. It is going to be spooky to go up against them. No, no, no. Mercy, mercy. Leave him alone. Why? Leenock, this is so unnecessary. Oh, why? Well, you saw it there, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to say it. Leenock's a bully. For Luco, this poor lower elo player, 6,000 in the world on the rank leaderboards, is being bullied by a top 10 competitor. That's just mean. That's just unneeded, Lee. Everyone thought Leenock was a nice guy. I think we have evidence the other way now. So far, Leenock's really the only one setting some true, like, tempo aggression. There's been some small attempts by Snooper, but nothing definitive, right? It's just been an annoying keep. And speaking of Snooper, back corner high armory. Alright, okay, this is some coercion right here. How have you not killed Beastie? Like, you can't kill him outright, but you can kill his gathering here. Like, also keep in mind, even if you're, like, in some collusion here, like, why would you let him have these trees? You want these trees. You're gonna run out of trees yourself. Like, come on. It seems very weird. Meanwhile, Elephant Fun Time. Looks like Core is going to prevent the full envelopment. Leenock, meanwhile, switches over to Salami. You know, I'll give it to Leenock. He spreads out the pain. He's not biased. He's not bullish to one player, is he? He goes after them all. Oh my God, the amount of villagers being targeted down here. Several of the Camel Archers already going down there, so... Salami not likely to care because he's playing as the Chinese. It's just a villager printing factory here. It's 180. Oh my God. Villager nothing from Salami. He's got over 190 eco units. Oh my goodness. Now, keep in mind, by the way, the Imperial officials count as military units. So he actually only has one military unit in the field. I'm pretty sure it's a scout. It's got to be a scout, right? Where is the scout? I'm actually curious now as to where this one real military unit is. Oh, he could. Did he get a temple? It could be a monk. I need this. There it is. Look at this. Well, the Mongols got their Khans and Salami's got his Lancer. He's leading the people because it is him and only him. Next to him, 180 villages and 4 Imperial officials. This is the one military force that Salami has. Let's see how well that strategy works out. Holy, in the meantime, starting to be pinched in the corner by his own design as well. And although I don't expect Veluco to offer up too much pressure, Salami, like, yeah, not Salami, so Leenock will. Like, Leenock will start to encroach upon him. Speaking of pressure, Holy's starting to apply that now to poor little Veluco. And he's just watching it all die. I mean, he's outproduced. He can't match this. There's 45 longbows to 20 archers, and the horseman can't do anything either. I mean, this is looking like Veluco's going to be first out. Like, he's still not teched up. I actually feel really bad for this guy. He went out of his way to try and get the goal for Castle Age, and then Leenock bullied him off it. Like, this is about as grim as it gets. It is admittedly a machination of his own design, right? Like, he put himself in the corner without gold, with only one gold vein that could be contended. So he I don't want to say he deserved it, but he can't be surprised it occurred. I hope I was very convincing when I chose the follow-up of but. I find that's always... The classic is like, whenever someone says a but, in a sense, just discard everything that came before it. He deserved it. Oh my God, cool. All right, Holy, you may need to pay attention to the west flank here. You've had your fun with Veluco. I'm not sure if you can fully commit, though, because it looks like Core is going to get aggressive with this many elephants. It's not like he's got any reason to wait around, necessarily. Well, I say that, Core is still far off from PopCap. Got a long way to go. Leenock trying to consolidate his defenses, get some stone walls up, carve out a giant chunk on the map for himself. Salami, in the meantime, like, how many landmarks is it? Is this 7? I think we're about to go up to 7 landmarks, folks. Okay, no, he skipped one, right? He skipped... Wait. You better not be telling me he skipped Imperial Academy. No, he got Imperial Academy. What's he missing? Oh, he didn't go for Astronomical Clock Tower. Interesting choice here. But considering you're going to just bypass for Grenadiers, it's irrelevant to get your hands on that Dynasty as well, right? Because although the movement speed is good, it's going to be gone very fast in these type of games. So there you go. Double Imperial achieved, and this is where Granny Boy push is going to begin. Meanwhile, in the center, looks like BC is finally at contest point. He can't just take everything for free anymore because he has exploited and dried up the back corner. 5 TCs does tend to do that to you. There's a little bit of wood left, but that's about it. Needs to start getting the gold, and it means he's going to have to push through. And, oh, how typical. The first person that BC is going to have to truly fight is Core. I think Core may have made a mistake here, folks. Oh, no! Leenock already target the base. I mean, we highlight this, right? If you take the center of the map in this type of format, when all the resources are in the center of the map, do you have anyone but yourself to blame when you're the first one to be chopped off the block? I don't think so. The only upside for him is that the guy who's killing him can't find the final landmark to end him. Because it's in the back of his base. You know what the best part is? He's never going to look back here now. Until all the wood on the map is gone, he will not look back here. I actually can't believe Core done this. Salami's title, the biggest cockroach, might be taken away from him. Actually, I say that as like, no, it won't. Because like Salami, usually when he finds a way to survive, he then finds a way to thrive again. I'm struggling to see if Core gets wiped over here as well. Like, how does he recover? Like, what's the plan? Oy, oy, oy. Gotta give it to Pleco. After the initial aggression for Snooper, he has stabilized. And Snooper, I'm wondering what the plan for him is, because this looks pretty babyish, to be honest with you. Like, he got away with this TC in the center for a long time. That was good. But I haven't really seen anything out of Snooper since. What is that economy? I say that in the most judgmental way because I mean it in the most judgmental way. Okay, so he's building a third TC now. Streltsy pushing in. I'm a little bit perplexed at how lacking this is actually right now from Snooper. We just clearly didn't give enough credit to Pleco, guys. I mean, Pleco's a capable character. He's proven it here as he's just pushing the Streltsy away. Streltsy, they're going to struggle against that Maga now. Mangos, remember, they get their bonus 50% damage up against Streltsy. And Streltsy, watch this. Nice dodge out just in time. That would have cost him 3 or 4 additional Strelts. Just keep the... Leenock, no! Leenock, you griefer! Oh my god, he's just carving his way down the center of the map. Is Leenock entering the free-for-all tournament? Because I think he should. I legit... I'm surprised at how good Leenock has already proven himself in this game at MegaRandom. Like this, the way that he's balancing pressure and not stopping from shifting player to player, like this is a player who's not paranoid about annoying the entire lobby. And I love it. Because it's the way you should be playing it. Like, you know, the worst thing you can do is when you over-commit to one player, right? You all in, you get rid of them, and you damage yourself in the process, right? Because then another player can pinch you. But instead, Leenock is just kind of this tax man that goes around and just punishes everyone. Like, yep, you take some damage. Yep, you take some you get some damage. Y'all get some damage. And at the end of it, because of his positioning, he fully gets away with it. Nobody's going to pressure him at any stage for this. In fact, Leenock should easily end up being in the top 2 for this one. I don't expect him to fall out of this game before then. Even with the amount of enemies that he's making. And he's going for another player. This one won't be as lucky as the last, because keep in mind that all of the structures that Pleco have, all of his landmarks are situated here, unlike Core, who snuck one far, far away. Looks like Leenock not willing to commit too hard for now, though. We'll back up, says damage done. Message sent. Stop making so much noise. I'm trying to sleep over here. BC in the meantime, crawling out. TGQT is starting to awaken as he's starting to breach his way through and take control of a hefty sum of gold veins in the center. Unlikely that he's going to be contested anytime soon either. I mean, who's going to contest him, really? Core? Yeah, ain't happening. Salami? Yeah, that ain't happening. Salami would have to stop building villages and start building something else for that to be the case. Oh my god, but look what he's prepping for. Okay, this could be big. Think about what he's doing here, actually, folks. So, the plan for Salami is he wants to amass like 50 plus stables and pump fire lancers. And there it is. There it is, straight away. The moment he deletes them, 35 fire lancers emerge. This is a rush strategy and a half. I actually really like the way he done this. He pumped it. He prepped it. And once it's primed, he takes his shot. But the problem he's going to have here is that BCQT's primary TC isn't in that corner. It's down here guarded by Snooper. What is this bombard doing? Stuck in the mud? Stuck in the... Sir? Hey, if he moves fast, he can make this work. He's building the gate now. Just needs to get through one wall. A lot of defense to get through after that, though. And the House of Wisdom, like that alone, like trying to torch that is going to take a lot of effort, and that won't be enough to get rid of Beastie. Beastie still has a reserve of villages on the south side that he can rebuild a base with, so won't be the end of the road for him. Here we go. Wait here. No, wait here. Just wait right here. Come on, dude. I would have loved to have sent it. No Warlord play, though. I mean, maybe he hangs around. It's very gambly, but could you imagine if you convert like 40 fire lancers? Oh my god. Salami. Grenadiers as well. Defense force now building up. BC has identified what is coming. He sees it fully. Question mark is, like, what will Salami do? Will he dive for him, or will he just try and... Will he dive straight for that House of Learning? That's what I'm... House of Wisdom, rather. That's what I'm wondering. Or will he just try and chip away at some of the base here? So I feel like it's just throwing away everything to go for the House of Wisdom, because you just don't have that big of a surplus, realistically. Like, it's a good surplus, but not for a never-ending push of Fire Lancers. Especially if you get held in a choke point. That's my concern. Like, if you get boxed in, for example, if BC just instantly starts pushing Spearmen and line formations them with a backup of Camel Archers, it might be very difficult to get through here. The numbers are increasing. That Fire Lancer battalion are getting ready to go. The gates on both sides are on fire. The Mangonels can be big here. Well, in the meantime. Oh, Koi's like, please, I need this. Leenock donated 4 villages. He turned 4 of them around. What was that? That was like some greedy optimization if I need to get the gold faster. And because he lost that villager, because he didn't convert enough, he can't even build this to deny the gold. But at least he has some villages to try and recover elsewhere. In the meantime, though, Salami getting ready to rock and roll. Mangoes, a little bit of splash coming their way, but nowhere near enough to truly threaten them here. Dude, I'm kind of underwhelmed by Snooper here. Oh, okay, now I'm not. This is big. This is big. The time on this could be huge right now. Gate's still alive. Mango's trying to target out onto the Grenadiers. Sped that up a little bit because I realize we're in a little bit of a slow slog moment. Nobody really going for it just yet, but it's coming. Salami is pretty much there. 75 of these Fire Lancers can do it now because of the town center being taken out by Snooper. Snooper, with the big assist here, has opened up the gates for Salami to breach these gates. And here he comes. The push in, the march through. Needs to go deep, needs to go fast here. Starts to target out into the Mangonels to get rid of them. Heals from the keeps won't be good enough, but the boiling oil! The heavy damage from the boiling oil. He needs to get out from this fast, or the trades are going to be bad for him. Grenadiers starting to clean up on the Camel Archers. The Camel Archers stand their ground. The Fire Lancers starting to breach upon the keep. Their heavy torch damage, 40 per throw, but being reduced due to the Camels. But not for long. Not many Camels remaining. First keep going to go down. Bombards rolling through as well. 25 of the Fire Lancers gone. Heavy damage on a lot of them right now. On to the second keep, and after that, so much infrastructure that is going to be exposed, and also an opportunity to snipe him out. But look at this play out, Beastie. The walls go up. He says, not today. No, 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 no. This is a wonder level rush. But it won't have a wonder level end. Clutch play there. We'll keep him alive. Still needs to deal with this force pushing through. Has got rid of half of the fire lancers, but more are coming forward. The bombards as well. And now look at the push forward. The scouts. Attack on Titan mode activated. Salami, I'm afraid you can't make it past those walls though. Ambitious idea, but isn't going to work out too well. You can at least get through all the defenses, and after that, like, I'm concerned because BC doesn't have a great defense force right now. Like, look at his military, it's 33. He's trying to push hand cannoneers, but they take too long. The switch up into camel archers. It's 26 seconds for them as well, so not the quickest unit to get out. He needs anything he can get. Scouts just trying to delay. I just don't understand what Salami's doing with this play. Like, I understood the fire lancers, but the scouts are like, even as a cannon fodder logic, I just don't get it, right? It's not exactly the best play. Like, if you think about fire lancer cost compared to scouts and the effective HP difference, you always build fire lancers. You always build. And I think this is back to the drawing board, Salami. Like, this push is not going to work. Also, keep in mind, BC can do this forever. Like, BC actually built up more reserve resources than Salami. I just want to say that louder. BC has more reserve resources than Salami. And Salami went to 200 pop cap villager. What? Might it be because one side threw away less troops in a very weird fashion? Yes, I think that might actually have a big part to do with it. And it looks like Snooper, well, BC hired a mercenary to get his vengeance, as it looks like Pleco is now pushing in. Trying to target the high armory. He's going to force a fight here. Maganel's going for those shots, but the shots are getting in range. Redirects forces here. Maganel still in the field. Needs to be careful with that. And the wrap around the villagers chasing in on the bombards to try and get rid of the anti-siege. Able to do so, though. Now, Streltsy stand their ground. The longer they stand their ground, the more damage they can do. But look at the march in. The man-at-arms and the elephants. Too many troops here. The Streltsy aren't going to last long. The shuffle back is going to lose him the bonus damage he was building up over time there. Bombard's going down. Snooper looking like he's in trouble. And Pleco looking like he is in control. This push through could do some serious damage. Snooper reserves. Oh my god, he has none. He's got no gold. He can't afford to replace. Like, this is a big deal. If you look at Pleco right now, Pleco, like, he's struggling on the gold as well. He has plenty of wood though. So he can afford cheap cannon fodder as a front line at a faster pace than Snooper's capable of. That's worrying if you're a Snooper fan. Aussie boy has a history of losing these games, and it might be going that way again. Salami, can we just... It's not working. It's really not working. This feels like when you tell Salami the earth is flat and he disagrees. I've really got to stop making that joke because I think the stage people are starting to believe I am actually a flat earther. I just think Salami just trying to summon a greater demon of corn here. So if I spill enough blood, they'll come. Hold on a second. What? Feluca made it to Imperial. Okay, that I respect that. This is a guy who like had no access to gold and he made it. You wanna know why he made it? Because holy cannoli is gone. The Englishman has been blitzed. He got backstabbed. He got struck by multiple players. Holy was actually the first player to go out. We were so distracted by whatever this is that we didn't even get to see it. Oh my god. I would love to have just heard BC's reaction to this right now with Salami, who just kept pushing those scouts. Like, he's just doing nothing. Like, it's pretty much what he would have said. He's just doing nothing. But the paranoia is like, if he's just pushing scouts, why is he pushing scouts? Like, is it a bait? Is something else building? Not really. I actually think Salami's screwed now. I don't see how he holds this back. Especially with the amount of culverins and the... Oh my god, yeah. CG Cutie, folks. 7 culverins, 6 Maganels, and 3 trebuchets. He's coming for you. Fire Lancers not even getting their splash damage out, not even fighting here. They're just trying to chase. Heavy damage in for the Grenadiers, but he'll stand his ground to return fire. And as he baits you in, the Maganels are ready to open fire. Clean you up. Meanwhile, Snooper. Oh, no. No! The Aussie's gone. Pleco got him. Snooper right now just keeping an eye out for Royal Pleco in his chat so we can ban him whenever he appears. Well, this was not expected. I mean, for Luco, we anticipated him being first out. We didn't anticipate Snooper lasting quite a while, and he doesn't. And you know, the only thing Snooper done positively to affect anything about this game in a kind of, you know, I done something way was he took out one of the landmarks of Beastie. Someone that Salami was meant to be able to exploit, but I just don't think Beastie's ever dying now. Unless Core targets him. Oh, why, hello there. Core is recovered. Little Miss Sunshine is back in the game, folks. And if he breaches one wall... What? Beastie deleted his own wall. He deleted his own wall because he doesn't have enough room. I debate that. What about this? Like, is he trading? This must be because he wants to trade, right? Because it's the furthest away point. But if he doesn't pay attention, like if he gets distracted by a fight with Salami, Core can now landmark rush him. And because his army will be alive fighting away from home, with enough horsemen, Core can actually kill him here. I mean, the point is being made about the Golden Age, but I think you can actually still connect with a house, right? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. Maybe you can't connect with a house. I feel like you could probably get a house on this side. Maybe it's a little bit too tight. It probably is for the Golden Age, but I think it's like... It's going to lose you this game if you're not careful. Okay, there we go. I respect that. That's more acceptable. Fair shout on the Golden Age, though. It is a really big deal with the Tier 3 Golden Age, right? Like, we often forget about it because most Abyssal games are over before it, but it does give you that increased production speed, which is a big deal. But keep in mind, this does also set up for trade later, because now if he gets Trade Wing, like, he has access all the way to the neutral trade sites. He just needs to deal with Salami's keeps here. Salami, who's already trading, by the way. And Salami, who's trading reasonably in this fight until the Mangonel's getting the mixer. And he switched into shoot new. What? I don't know, dog. I don't know about this one. I feel like the splash damage is high value. I'm glad he's still got some Grenadiers in the mix-up, but the Mangonel fight is rinsing him fast here. March through the Fire Lancers. Heavy damage being done there. Remember, these Fire Lancers, their torch damage is phenomenal. But their count is not. Won't be able to get through the rest of the siege. Both armies looking like they're going to be wiped at the end. And there's the power of the Mangonels. That's what I was worried about. When you stack with a ranged formation, you really do pay a price. Cool. Are we ready to go yet? Almost. Soon. Soon. The Delhi Kingdom shall rise. But he's not going after BC. Oh no. No, he wants vengeance on another Abbasid player here. He wants vengeance on Big Lee that turned him into a big pile of poop in the center. And this is going to be high strikes for vengeance. 123 horsemen marching forward, but he is spotted. Leenock sees this coming. How will he react? Oh. Oh. With mangoes! So many mangoes! The rocks! This is Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Age of Empires 4 form, but it is a little bit too wanting here. He's surrounded. Core will punish him. It's too close to fire on him. What the hell is this game? Now, Leenock, we need to talk, buddy. Old Mangonels with split micro. Good play. New Mangonels. I don't know how many drinks you are in tonight, but you need to be cut off. That is not going to work. I mean, at the end of it, the horsemen are going to die, but that is a lot of Mangonels lost as a price. Hey, it's all good, guys. Call say worth. You done 1,000 damage to the TC. Not exactly the numbers you're looking for. No, not really. And now Leenock. Well, you've annoyed him. Because now he knows you're in the west. I think, did Leenock even know? He didn't even know until now. Oh my god. I think Core just... Well, I'm not going to say he just killed himself, because he has still got this landmark that still not been noticed. But he has killed himself. How have you not seen? Oh my god, he's been cutting trees here, folks. Leenock has cut practically the whole forest, and still, somehow, this landmark is unspotted by him. In the meantime, he will go in to punish Core now. Starts marching through. Walls now going up as BT decides now that he's gained some ground, he never wants to lose it, and it really is full scout production, the cannon fodder maneuver from Salami. Salami, what's the thought process here? Well, it's the thought process of gold, folks. He's been cut off. He can't go for trade. He has no gold source anymore. Scouts is really all he can afford. He can barely afford the Juke New. The only reason he's able to get a few of them is taxation. And you're going to need a lot more, because they just... I'm going to be real with you folks. I haven't been able to follow half of what Salami's been doing this game, but I do think that's part of the strategy. Like, think about it logically here, folks. If I can't figure out what he's doing, if we can't figure out what he's doing, can his opponents? Very big brain. Very, very big brain. Leenock. Oh, no. Let's try over again. No, Core. Core, go deep. If Core places it here, he never gets spotted. I'm just saying it. Here, get spotted. 100% get spotted. I mean, Leenock is such a pain in the ass at this, though. Cinderary Arrow is too good, guys. Far too good. I still don't get what the plan is. If Salami could just slide into my DMs and give me, like, the full spectrum here. He sure as hell doesn't look like a full spectrum warrior right now. Like this. I'm starting to think he is trying to summon a Greater Demon of Khorne. Like, it's the only possibility at this stage. Ah, Beastie and Walls. Surprise, surprise. Very effective tool against Attack on Titan Scouts. Oh boy, oh boy. This is about to be a massacre. And here the hand cannon is. Imagine having such little damage to scouts and then still having 20% of it taken away. Torches? I'm going to speed forward through this. This is becoming disappointing to watch, Salami. It's not working. Core has made it to Imperial, by the way. The rest of his base, not so lucky. Is he going to migrate again? Can he even migrate at this stage? I'm not even sure it's possible anymore. He hasn't got the stone for another one. Yeah, he hasn't got any more stone. So I think he's done here. I think we're about to see the end of Core. I've sped this up because this is little skirmishes, not really leading to anything clear and definitive. Outside of what we already stated, which is Core is dead. Like, he could try to survive, but you need stone for that. And he has none. He can build a marketplace, mind you, but this is very precarious. This is not a friendly area. For some reason, BC also has an outpost out here. There it is, another landmark down. What is this strategy from Leenock? He's got 21 Mangonels. And enough resources to keep doing it. The best part is he's heading towards the guy that people would expect this out of. Like, BC's in this corner, and I think that might be Leenock's next target. And keep in mind that Leenock has the ability to kill Beastie because it's only the House of Wisdom. This TC never got rebuilt. And right now, Beastie is busy trying to massacre Salami, and that's going to take a long time due to all the landmarks he has. Does find and snipe out this one straight away, though. Won't be dealing with any of the Great Wall BS shenanigans. Dude, I love Leenock for this. Think about this for a second. Most Abbasid players, it's going to be like Camel Archers or hand cannoneers, right? We can see the hand cannoneers. We saw the Camel Archers before from BC. Not Leenock. Unlimited Mangonels is all he requires. And these few horsemen, it's not good enough. They literally just cover each other in rocks. While that's happening, Leenock just still extracting resources left, right, and center. He's never running out. I don't see how anyone but Leenock wins this game at this rate. Oh my god, the Mangonel damage! got a survivor. Look what Pleko's done. I actually think Pleko's going to be a top 3 finisher here. Actually, I think him and Veluco are going to be top 3 finish simply because of their proximity of like how far away they are from Leenock. Leenock being this close to BC and pushing in that direction means that Beast's Salami might tap out at similar timings here. If he keeps rolling though, that's the condition. Looks like things are slowing down. Gonna 8-speed this because it looks like there's a lot of landmarks to get through. Salami is losing fast though. I think Salami's done in this game. There's no way to recover. He's been trying for trade for a long time with a very janky trade route. But it's just not enough to keep him in this game, I'm afraid. Like, the push through continues. The landmarks being targeted out, rebuilding the forces, but still, once again, just scouts. And he can't afford the gold demand, right? The trade just isn't good enough to get him both, say, Fire Lancers and Juke Nu, or Grenadiers and Lancers, something like that. And it's just, at this point, this composition from BC is just unbeatable for him. As is Leenock's. Although a lot of these are going down. These Mangonels is being sniped out by the cannonballs. Not enough respect being paid over to the keeps. As Leenock looks to throw away unlimited siege. Uh-oh. Okay, maybe Veluco and Pleko won't survive to the bitter end. They're fighting now as well. Makes sense, right? They're running out of resources. There's not much left here. They have to clash at this stage. Clash they will. Start to push out. I thought I'd speed through this. It's a very slow but one-sided fight. Because one side is only really pushing spears and archers, and the others have unlimited man-at-arms. So, there we go. 2-0 on this fight. How did the Mangonel siege go? Oh, good. He got the keep. It only cost him 15 of his Mangonels. I'm glad he eventually started targeting the keeps first. That's a good sign. I am a little bit disappointed that he didn't just go left and head straight for the landmark victory. Because I think BC's going to recover. Like, he's cleaning up, right? He's cleaning house. Salami doesn't have much left. Astronomical Clock Tower over here. Starting TC and an Imperial Academy. Then he's done. For a moment, I thought Leenock was starting another fight. It's just him gathering wood, though. Meanwhile, line spread out. And looks like some stabilization coming out from Veluco, but I am concerned. Like, he needs a lot of wood, and I don't know where he's going to get it long term. Because everything he's pushing is wood demand, right? Horsemen, archers, and spearmen all require wood. That being said, there is a wood deficiency to keep in mind as well for Pleko. He's mainly on straggler trees in these areas. There's a reasonable amount of wood left in this bottom corner, but I don't think he wants to walk into Salami territory. He doesn't want to activate another player's aggression towards him. Even though we know Salami has 0 aggression left. Like, this is not an aggressive warfare tactic, guys. This is a terracotta army before they get frozen to stone. Yeah, I don't know if you know that, but they were actually real humans. They got turned to stone. You know this if you bother to watch The Mummy. Don't watch that movie. That movie is worse than listening to me cast. Instead, let's focus on Leenock, who's starting to encroach upon Salami territory. Like, he's now done with BC's extension. And he might be the second thorn in Salami's side. And a second Mangonel battalion is ready to roll. I think this is the point, Leenock, where you just build some forward siege workshops to shorten the distance, because it's taking you quite a while to roll out here. BC pushing deeper. Imperial Academy down as well. Astronomical Clock Tower has not been spotted, but primary TC now under siege. Salami not looking long for this world. In the meantime, the clash on the east side. The kiddies, they got out their plastic knives and started fighting, and it looks like they're going to have to get them out again. Plastic forks this time. It looks like they're clashing right into the eco lines of Veluco, surrendering a lot of ground. The second round of troops from Pleko is getting ready to flood on through. Magos are now going for it. This is danger time for Beastie. The army's away from home. He's plowing through, trying to bring an end to Salami, but he needs to get the defense force up. Horseman being built. Speed up time to get through this fast. Apparently 8 times doesn't actually work at 8 times because there's too much crap happening on the field. We'll go for 2 times here. Mangonels are going to be torched down. That Leenock really hates lumber camps. New Mango line incoming though. Villages as well. And this should be where he looks to maybe drop a forward keep Needs to get some resources for it. Instead, it's going to be the outpost line. As he starts crawling upon Beastie's area. We'll look to start breaching in, and while Beastie does need to be a little bit careful on the resource front, like wood isn't infinite for him, not the same way it is for Leenock. Looks like Salami is about done in this game, though. And you can see Beastie, he just wants to finish him off. That's why he's hanging around this force for so long. He just, it's like, I know he's on the edge. I know he's almost done. I know he's only built landmarks in his own base. But he's looked in the wrong place. He keeps looking further east. It's to the north. Veluca, in the meantime, has GG'd out. Doesn't even wait around. Pleco diving too deep with the composite force of the Delhi will secure the corner, and now Pleco looking finally positioned to be a top 3 finisher here. Salami looking like he might end up down in the dumps at this rate. Walls coming out, like the strategy from Leenock. Torches are on the way though. Beastie, oh my god, no! What is this villager pool? Is he trying to get the wall up? I don't know what he's trying to do. He's not tortured yet. He runs in on top of him, but how many villagers are already dead? The Mangonels will clean house. The second round here coming in. The walls from Leenock. What is this play? He delays it long enough. A few villagers remain to torch through him, but plenty of Mangonels on the front line to stabilize. Leenock is going to keep the forward Vanguard force alive. With only a few villagers left, this might be problematic. I say it's going to keep it alive. A second wave of horsemen in now. They breach the walls, and this time the Mangos are going down. Although, there do seem to be reinforcements coming. A never-ending slew, in fact, of Mangoes. Is he done with it now? I think Leenock is done with the Mangoes. He's not reproducing. So we should see a switch up now. I'm kind of glad. This was fun to watch, but really inefficient. At least get some more value at the end here. If they choose to attack. Leenock's busy. He can't come to the phone right now. He can't come to the assistance of these Mangos, but it looks like we're finally there. Uh-oh. Spaghetti-O. It has been spotted. Bombards. Wait. He doesn't know. How does he not see this? I honestly... I mean, I've called Salami the cockroach. I've praised him for recovery, and he's doing it. He's doing it again. The cockroach is finding a way to survive. He's rebuilding the landmarks, and now Leenock has distracted Beastie. He's starting to let up off the pressure. Oh my, oh my. Can Salami come back into this? There is actually a way. Like, there's a fallback point to the south. There's ways to actually try and recoup resources here. It's not easy, though. It's really difficult on the gold front, and he needs gold for a lot of the strategies that the Chinese implement at this point in the game. Here's the other problem. Now that BC has seen the astronomical clock tower, when he kills it, he already knows. He's like, I know you've rebuilt. I'm going back again. Oh, the Costicus. Salami, he just can't get a break here. The Horsemen are in. Torches are out. Imperial Academy is going to be out. And soon, so will Salami, because he hasn't got enough forces to repel this. 36 Yugnu will not last long against that Horseman push. Mangos, in the meantime, getting range. Astronomical clock tower is indeed down, folks. And now he'll redirect to the south side to eliminate the Chinese player. Pleco, what is his goal in this game? I'm starting to feel like Pleco doesn't want to win this game anymore. He just wants to be top 2. Because he isn't really amassing a force to push, right? You can see it's kind of an issue with his gold, but I just don't see a way in which he's going to like plow out here. We do have to keep in mind cores are still in this game, but I don't know if I call it in this game. Like, this is pretty depressing to watch, guys. Even more so when you consider that he's got 3,000 wood, and at any stage he could build a marketplace and trade for gold to then get the stone to build keeps, which would give him a means of building more villages. I don't know. Feels like Core's just willing to exist in the game. He's like, I'm happy. This is classic Core, when he's kind of done in the game, but he's like, I will be number 2 because you'll never find me. That does sound like Core. Camels in the meantime marching through. I'm going to speed this up as best I can. I think we're reaching kind of a clear order of things, like Leenock number 1, BC 2. Salami dead. They finally got him. Final one goes down. Pleco 3rd and Core 4th. Let's see if BC can change the order of things now. Now that attention is no longer divided between the south and the north. Now he can fixate all attention upon the... Oh my god. Holy Mary, mother of pearl. Okay, that's a lot of camels. 95 camel archers, the boys. Oh, Pleco, no. No, he's too young. He was so happy. He's like, Leenock's gonna let me live. Nah, that's a big fat lie, dog. You're done. He's in on him. Tower Elephants, at least the one upside is they're not getting their damage produced by the Camel Archers, but their health has been reduced too fast. This is not even a reasonable fight. It's so one-sided. Leenock start this fight with 95 Camel Archers, ends it with 62, and he'll plow on through. While that is happening, Core, he's slowly reclaiming his old base. He builds up a keep here. And Core subscribes to the salami way of thinking. The only thing he has surplus of is food, so he's going to mass scouts for one big Ura, but I don't know what this Ura can really do, to be honest with you, my friend. I mean, this is you couldn't make it happen with 120 horsemen. I don't know how you make it happen with even 150 scouts. But he'll try. God damn it, he'll try. Beast in the meantime just getting the lay of the land. Scouting out where everyone is, making sure no one's ratting in a corner, surviving on the last leg. Little does he know the Core is surviving on his last leg. This is so dumb. This is actually so incredibly dumb. Meanwhile, Beastie, he really is in chill mode right now. I think he wants to let Leenock overextend himself. And you can see Leenock isn't going to find it that easy. Pleco is at least able to keep replenishing forces for quite a while. Plenty of food to work with, so won't be a quick breach. Means that Leenock might need to reassess how he wants to approach this. I would love to see him push a few bombards with the camels. I think at that stage, Pleco does just lose. I think he's outmatched in terms of the production rates and also the unit composition. I'm once again going to hit the fast forward. Some people probably don't like the fast forward, but realistically, there isn't much happening here. These are just like the dead moments. This, unfortunately, is a kind of a detail that never got fixed with MegaRandom, right? Like, oh, it's not easy to fix unless you use like sacred sites, similarly to how Company Heroes uses their objectives. Which I wouldn't be against seeing an experimentation with that, because you have got a ridiculous stalemate now. Unless someone wants to go for a wonder victory, like nothing is happening, right? Even then, not much is going to happen. Well, that was a mascot. I feel like BC only committed about 30 horsemen there, though. That was not really meant to do anything substantial. I still can't believe that Core is going to get second place because he's guarded by the strongest player on the map. Like, don't give too much credit to these scores. Like, these scores are very deceitful. I wouldn't say BC is first place right now. I feel like Leenock is a lot more comfortable. BC definitely has better reserves, but like Leenock has boxed pretty effectively. Leenock just has to get a forward base. I think the reason he's not gaining serious ground here is that he hasn't built any sort of forward base. So every time he builds this siege-only meta, like he's running them across the battlefield very slowly. And that's why I prefer the camel play. Like camels are just much better. And I love that it's camel riders that become ridiculously chunky with 384 health will counter any cavalry rush of your opponent. And then on top of that, the torch damage. It's also less demand on his gold, right? Like this is 60 gold per unit. I think this is where Lee needs to get some trade online. I'm kind of surprised he hasn't done it so far. Like there is a route. Like you can see he's guarded the route as well. Nobody's contesting center map. In fact, I don't think I've seen anyone seriously run through center map in a long time except him, right? So realistically, you should be playing for trade posts. And then you'd have to worry about... And here it comes. Core's last Ura. And it had to be when Camel Riders that were getting bonus damage up against scouts were being built. I don't think he even puts a single point of damage onto these TCs. All right, Core, you've had your fun. Leave the game now. He's like, if I keep attacking from the south, he won't realize I'm hiding to the north. Ah, very, very smart, Sensei. Teach me more of your ways. Oh, no. No, he's found. Oh, my God. What? How did he not see him? How did he not see that? Well, he's going for the Hissar Academy again, but those villagers get to live. Timmy, Josephine, Marie, Elizabeth, and John will live to fight another day. Actually, I don't know what... They're not even fighting. I don't know what they're doing another day. They will live to hold each other's wood for another day. Won't read into that too much. Meanwhile, sacred sites. Nobody likely to get it. In fact, if you look, you can see each player holds a different sacred site, other than Core. But Core doesn't really count as a player. At this point, he barely counts as a human. This offers up the same threat as... This offers up like the same threat as a boar. No, that's giving too much credit to Core. He's about as threatening as a wolf right now. One wolf. They're like, how does Core keep doing this? Wait. Oh my god. I don't care about anything else right now. This is the most intense wood chopping you will ever see in a game of Mega Random Free-For-All, folks. He's almost there. Wood needed. Keep needing wood, Leenock. You've almost done it. You're so close. Warmer. Boiling hot. Look, oh, speaking of looking hot right now, he's giving up on the chase. Instead, he's fixated his attention now onto Beastie, and he can find him if he's quick. Rushes in, the Camel Rider's not enough for him here to torch through a House of Wisdom at the correct pace. But in the back corner, it's revealed. It has to be now. There's no way. I'll risk crashing my game just to see it. He's so damn close to spotting Core. And in, onto the House of Wisdom he goes. Needs to be careful. The boiling oil is going to be a problem. And are you killing or reproducing here? Like, what? Come on. This is the most pathetic attempt I've ever seen to landmark snipe something. They're humping. They're not even killing. Well, surprise, surprise. It didn't work. I could have told you that. That's not the way to make this play. So that is going to be a failed attempt by Leenock. However, on the plus side, speaking of fails, haha, Core, you should have bought more trees, idiot. Okay, I'm not going to be mean to him like that. He's been spotted. He has been spotted. There's no way Leenock doesn't know now, right? He's distracted for the moment, but once this fight fizzles out, he's going to see it. Yeah, this ain't it, Leenock. This ain't working anymore. I think Leenock's lost top spot. Like, BC has it now. The problem is, like, BC has infinite gold, it feels like, because he went for the central golds. That was the weakness of Leenock. He didn't go for central gold. He didn't set up trade. I'm really confused as to why Leenock never set up trade. He had the option to. And now look at his eco. Down to 35. Like, that was everything. Like, he's got big surplus, but not in the gold department. Just torch it. Alright, guess we'll speed this up further because he still hasn't noticed. How is he not noticed? Like, come on. Yes! Yes! Burn him! Burn him! Yeah! I can't, but oh my god, I can't believe it. It took this long, but they've done it. Core is screwed. He rebuilt the Hissar Academy, but the compound of the defender is no more. It will not defend him from defeat any longer. And look at the instant redirect. Leenock marches out and he yells GG in Core's face. How did that take an hour and 20 minutes? Now, you know, all I'm going to say to that is BC Leenock, will they always beat Core in Age of Empires 4? Possibly, probably. Will they ever beat him in battleships? No, there's not a chance in hell. They shot in all the wrong places. And they took too long to find him. And now, like, now that the objective is complete, what happens next? Beastie instantly builds a wonder. He's like, I won't allow Core to see the rest of this game as a living player. That was very, actually, that's very thoughtful. I like what BC's done there. Like, think about it realistically, folks. So what's happened here is BC's gone, cool, buddy. I see you trying all these wonder victories, and they never work. You lose so many of them. So what I want to do is I want to wait until you're dead, and then I want to build a wonder so you can watch and see how to win with them. Are you paying attention, Core? You should be. This thing's just got interesting. 14 minutes away from victory. The walls are going up. Layer upon layer. And by the way, I love this. I love this trade route. It's so well protected. Nobody's going to look here for it. Like, Pleco maybe, but Pleco isn't going to fight towards this direction. He wants to keep all attention away from here because he's also trading. But now, Pleco and Leenock have to come together. The problem is Leenock, he hasn't got the gold to infinitely push bombards, which means Pleco has to provide them. And Pleco also has gold issues, right? He's at least starting to alleviate that, but because he's pushing into elephants and man-at-arms, he doesn't necessarily have the surplus to build siege instead. Here we go. Might as well speed up these first few assaults because it's going to be a bloodbath and it ain't going to be pretty. Arching in. Camel Archers is the play coming from Leenock. Makes sense. You are very gold capped right now, so you might as well go in for whatever's cheap. And it's all about conserving your gold, right? Like, he can build a few siege units, but not many. So he needs to make damn well sure that he's using them well. There they are. The bombards, as many as possible. He knows he needs to go fast here. And once again, like, kind of a missed opportunity here. Leenock, no forward base. I don't understand it anymore. Like, he had a decent amount of villages left before. He could have built forward racks here. Or, well, not forward racks. Forward archery range, forward stables, whatever you have. And then he could have replenished quicker. The issue with this strategy that he's implementing here is that if his army gets wiped, yes, it's fast to get across the field, but it still has to get across the field. BC doesn't. His instantly respawn here, and they've got comparative resource gain, right? Except one player has infinite. Leenock. Goddamn walls, folks, I tell ya. Mangoes. Nice dodge. Need to be careful. Remember, Mangonels get 50% more damage up against ranged units, and Camel Archers count. Even with 240 HP, they don't last long. Not against a few rocks falling from the sky. Pleco. Are you? I was about to say Pleco on his way, but... What? What are we doing here? Sir? Let's get his trade going. Where is his military? He has 73. Okay, so they are all here now. He has got the full siege work. Okay, fair enough. He's got the full siege workshops. I was like, where'd these bombards go? Like, they clearly were too busy humping a wall and dying to an outpost from Beastie. He might want to get rid of that outpost because depending on how long this takes, like, he might end up losing siege workshops to it. No, Leenock, no, Leenock, no! This is the wrong way. Where is Leenock going? Nani? I'm so confused right now. Leenock just out for a stroll, I guess. Oh, is he thinking... Oh, he's thinking Sacred Site! But it's too late. It's too late for a Sacred Site victory. I mean, it could be the gold trickle, but, like, surely you got to assume your opponent's on trade by now, right? He's an Abbasid. Actually, saying that, Leenock is an Abbasid player and he's not on trade, so maybe he kind of... I feel like there's this big, empty gap in Leenock's memory of Abbasids when it comes to trade because he's never done it himself, and this play of this many Camel Archers towards the Sacred Site feels like he's just trying to stop gold from going to BC's pocket, but as we know, folks, with the trade online, like, BC's got infinite gold. He's never running out. So instead, let's fast forward a little bit. Let them get in position because it looks like forward keeps coming out from Pleco. At least an attempt to get them up. Fail of an attempt. Forward infrastructure's there. That's what he needs. Something that Leenock still hasn't built. And I mean, Leenock, this army is standing still. It feels like he's waiting for the go-ahead for Pleco. But I feel like with your resource boom, you can actually afford to throw away an army and replenish it before Pleco has his army ready. You should be going now. And with the high ground, you can actually get for a lot of these defenses for free. Bombards rolling in now. Distraction on the forefront. Pleco just trying to draw attention away here. BC I want to engage sooner rather than later, because the longer you wait, the more likely you get pinched on two sides, because you see the Leenock going to start breaching through those walls fast. Plenty of bombards here, 19 out in the field for the man from the north. Camel Arch is right out now. Good choice by Beastie. Take one fight before the second arrives. Mango shots coming in. Heavy damage going out there. Remember, ranged cavalry, they take that bonus damage. That's why he has to sidestep. Elephant's barely left alive. Front line decimated for Pleco. Gonna have to replenish fast here. Problem for Pleco is I don't know if he's got infinite resources to do so. The wood has ran out. He's gonna need to buy more with the gold. Now Beastie turns his attention to the north side. Still 2 walls to be breached through by Leenock. We're 7 minutes away. He's waiting for that flood through. Problem, however, this is walled in. The bombards need to wiggle their way across. The good news for him at least is because the location of the Wonder is not far from where he is now, just a bombard down one of these wall segments. Here we go, renewed assault. Pleco just trying to throw any troops he's got into the mixer to draw attention away from the north side, and the clash is underway. They rush in, the horsemen trying to wrap round here onto the Camel Archers. Camel Archers trying to target down the bombards. The flood through, maybe a little bit premature. Leenock not engaging yet. We'll turn around. Horsemen, they envelop. Bonus damage coming out in the elite Camel Archers here. Bombards wheeling away for the moment, but not for too long. Mangonel's chasing in as well, looking to target out onto the horsemen. The horsemen clustered up are going to be punished. The camels do go down though. The question mark is what's going to be going down for Leenock. Most of the army will be wiped by the Mangonels. The Culverins chasing away the bombards at all times and now baiting him to stack on top of the Culverins, allowing maximum damage out from the Mangonels. The hand cannoneers on the walls as well to ensure they can't be stabbed by the horsemen, but they will definitely clean up the horses themselves. Small gains on the eastern front here. Full reset now. Leenock needs to rebuild the army. He needs to do it fast. 5 minutes away from a Beastie victory. Bombards. Can't afford to let them go down, Pleco. Wood is a dire issue for you. Well, Beastie, an opportunity arises here. He can rebuild the walls, and I would definitely recommend it. And there it is. Pull the villager force. Might be able to get 3 new walls up. Looks like the bombards are renewing their assault, but notice there's only 10 this time, down from the 19. Loses basically 50% of his siege. 50% of what he needs to access this Wonder. And Pleco won't be able to access it. He's not actually making any gains at all. This is baby levels of force here. No force march utilization either. Missed opportunity to maybe snipe out some siege here. Not that it would hurt Beastie too much. He's got surplus in reserves on the wood and the gold. And remember, he is the Abbasid, so he's getting basically gold and whatever he wants the secondary. He went for stone in this situation, but he could easily be getting wood. March out once more. Hold him in the choke point. Mangonel's the game breaker here. Shots coming out a little bit premature, but if he holds him in the choke point, heavy damage can be done. Mangos trying to punch him as they flood on through, trying to torch down the siege as quickly as possible. Leenock can't hang around to deal with the front line. The hand cannon is going to start to shred through him, though. The Mangonels are being splintered down. Reinforcements are arriving. Beastie QT reproducing, just trying to hold in the choke points. The hand cannoneers with the reduced damage and the increased range can shred through everything that follows up here. They're going to buy a lot of time, and time is of import here. 4 minutes out from a Beastie victory. Gains in the ground. Pleco pushing in now. Man-at-Arms trying to join the fight on the northern front to allow Leenock to unlock the route in towards that Wonder. Walls trying to be rebuilt in the meantime by Beastie and Beastie. This damage is just, it's inconsequential. The bombards, they needed to be taken out of the walls. If the walls stand, it means these hand cannoneers are at triple the health count because they get a 66% damage reduction while on walls. That's before we even talk about the range increase. And because he's not targeting them out with the bombards, it just means that he's reigning supreme from these walls. And instead of targeting the walls, he keeps targeting the hand cannoneers. It's just not a good trade for Leenock. Replenishment coming through for Beastie. Bombards not focusing on walls. That was meant to be their key objective for all of this. And this bombard count, I mean, there's still 11 in the field, but the hand cannoneers are starting to bite back. Your army is not replenishing quick enough. And Leenock, he's now stuck in the blender. He can't replace the 200. He has to keep pushing non-stop because we are 3 minutes out from a Beastie victory. Pleco uses the distraction to push on in. Bombards now targeting onto the keeps that will not last long under that intense fire. But now look at this. Torches out, right out from the camel riders. They're going to be able to blitz through this, and Pleco then is going to be in trouble because if he loses all these bombards, he can't afford to replace them. especially when you consider how far away Siege Workshop is. 2 minutes out. Finally, Leenock does it. He's targeting the walls. This is big. No longer you get that damage reduction. Now he can target you out and take you down. But look at this. BC throws away the hand cannoneers to throw away a few of your bombards. 10 remaining though. Mangonel's trying to punish the choke points. Bombards targeting them instead of the wall. The wall is still not breached here. This is problematic. Pleco, he needs to get more troops in the man-at-arms. If he uses Force March, this can be good. This can be big. But look at the time being bought by the Camel Riders trying to get a new keep up. It's going to be a big fat fail though. Beastie Cutie cannot complete it. Oh, he completed it, but it wasn't worth completing. Let's just put it like that. But that distraction's good enough. The renewed assault on the north side. The Camel Riders now reigning supreme, just evaporating the Camel Archers. It's done. I don't see a way anymore. The wall's not breached. The torch units are not there. Leenock is not there. Pleco is miles behind in his siege through. And it is only a minute and a half left. Pleco, I mean, it's not enough man-arms push. Like, you need to use the racks area here. You need to use racks behind this. Like, it needs to be unlimited rack. And also, I don't think I've seen Pleco once use Force March. It's a small detail, but like it allows you to replenish the front line much quicker. This is all about the churn, right? You need to get troops on the front line and blitz through your opponents quicker than he can do the same to you, because he has the home field advantage you're replenishing. Because you're never able to do that, you're at net disadvantage the entirety of this fight, and it's why, once again, BC is pushing you back beyond the walls. And Leenock is done. There's nothing left. Nothing in the chamber. Leenock, he depleted himself. No food left. Too much wood. Makes for a wanting man here. It's Pleco versus Beastie, and that is definitely a one-sided affair with only 40 seconds out. Death is inevitable for all that face Beastie. He will achieve the wonder victory, and what a way to do it. Methodical, calculated, bides his time, but when the time arises, he strikes hard, just like we'd expect Beastie to do.